Welcome back to part 2 of the garden series, and today we are going to go ahead and put these T-posts up and get our fence line ready to go. The fencing isn't up yet, but it will, and I'm going to show you the process as well as the materials that we're going to use for both the garden exterior and for the raised beds as well. So let's take a look. Alrighty, so item number 1 is this 8-foot T-posts that we picked up, and I think we bought about 25 or 30 of them. And these are what we're going to have. They're going to go into the ground about 2 feet and then have about 6 foot of exposure here. And I think that should be enough for the fence. Let's see the fence now. All right, here we are with the fencing. So this is a 100-foot roll of fence that we'll have out into the elements soon. And basically it is just going to, provide the exterior barrier for our garden. I forget exactly how many gauge this is. I'll put it on the screen for you now, but this ought to do just fine for our exterior fence. So for the actual raised beds themselves, underneath, to protect from critters, we're gonna have the non-permeable fabric. I'll throw a picture of that on the screen here. And then on top of that, we're gonna have this hardware cloth. And as you can see, 19 gauge, 1/2 inch in mesh, and 3 inches, 3 feet here by 25 feet. So this we're going to roll out and have on top of the ground basically for our raised beds to keep the critters out. Finally, here's our cardboard here. It's leftover boxes from the Vigo raised beds, and we're going to have this as the third and final component of the elements that we'll have it within the raised beds. As a protection from the critters of the world. Quick materials overview. So we're setting up our fence. We have our string kind of all laid out. We're going about 53 down, and I'm not sure how far across. Anywho, got these T-posts here with the bits facing outward, and then we're just kind of going along here. There's a post pounder there, and we are just making progress here. We will review some more materials here as things go on. Making some progress with the fence. Got the T-posts up. Just need one more wall. They'll be good to go. These are 8 feet. They're going in 2 feet for an exposure of 6 feet. After this, we'll have the fence to put up using the post pounder to drive these in. What do we have? 3 inches of rain? 3.5. So overall, coming together, I will give you an update tomorrow when we have the fencing up. That is our next step. It's getting a little bit late tonight, so we're not going to do that right now. But I think that we did pretty good. We decided to go 75 inches in here and then 50 inches in here. And then everything else is 6 foot. I'll get the frog for you in a second, okay? And then, here's the corner. And then my wife's gate to come into the garden is going to be either here or here. I'm going to have a little workstation here, possibly either that or 4, either that or some corner type raised bed situation, from Vigo here later on, or whatever brand we end up with. And then, of course, the squashes and whatnot here. So to get the layout of the fence, the first thing that we did was put in these wooden stakes here and then grab some 550 cord to do the approximate layout of the fencing. And then once we had the layout here in a nice rectangular pattern, we were able to go ahead and put our T-posts here using the rope as a guide. And it actually wound up being fairly straight in the end. Not that bad, not 100% perfect, but we're not trying to be exact. It's nice and straight. I think that it wound up pretty straight and here is a frog that my daughter has caught and will be releasing very soon, right?
Yeah.
All right, so there you have it for part 2 of the garden series. We are making progress, and we will have hopefully a fence up very soon, and then some material into the raised beds. We may or may not be able to plant this year, but either way, making significant progress. And that's all I got. Thanks so much. Have a wonderful day.